Don't worry about it. It's false. Which I'm banking that this is 100% false. Don't worry. We're all going to be okay. I promise you. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? Listen, sorry I didn't upload. I needed a day. Okay. And I saw in the comments that you guys were talking about this 10 days of darkness. And I'm like, what? So I wanted to do some research, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm going to show you everything that I found. Well, not everything, because a lot of it, it's like, it just makes you have a headache. And I'm not kidding, okay? And I know there was quite a few of you that said that, well, we'll leave it to her to tell us what it is because she doesn't place fear in us. And that's exactly why I am the way that I am, and I talk the way that I talk to you guys, and I bring it to you the way that I bring it to you, okay, in videos. And I hate the doom and gloom, and I hate the fear monger crap, okay? But a lot of you were saying, well, you know, this could be the 17th letter drop. That's exactly what this is. You called it, and brava for calling it out. Okay. So I have like 2 videos that I'm going to show you, and I have 2 screenshots that I'm going to show you. All right. This has to do with this 10 days of darkness, and this is why all the senators got the satellite phones, and and I'm like, my God, please help us. Please stop with the fear mongering, okay? This is why I do what I do. This is why I call people out all the time, because I am sick and tired of people instilling fear in everyone. And I'm tired. I really, truly am. So this first screenshot that I'm going to show you, all right, says U.S. senators are being issued satellite phones in preparation of a disruptive event. For the love of God. Okay, and I'll read everything that it says. It says members of the U.S. Senate were recently offered satellite phones that will allow them to communicate in case of a man-made or natural disaster, according to a report. Okay, well, you guys know we are literally days away from hurricane season. Okay, so I am going to leave it at that. Is in my logical, rational brain that we are literally heading into hurricane season. Okay, and it says, citing numerous people familiar with the matter, reported that all 100 senators were recently offered these phones. More than 50 took Senate Sergeant at Arms Karen Gibson up on her offer. The network reported that Gibson said the phones were offered last month as a means to ensure a redundant and secure means of communication during a disruptive event. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I just read. Here you go. So now here is another screenshot that I found. And I found all of this on Twitter, because you know the twits on Twitter, that's all they do is they sit there and they just throw things out all day long. And it's like, my God, do you not have a life, you basement dweller? So I found just a few things that I thought were not going to make your brain melt today. Okay, so I found this one, and it says update as of 12:10 p.m. Eastern time. It says this is a lot creepier. All right, lots of back channel talk going on right now. What is back channel? It's not that 4chan garbage, is it? It says high-level U.S. politicians will be vacationing Memorial Day weekend with their families at various undisclosed continuity of government COG locations. Okay. It's Memorial Day weekend, y'all. Okay. A lot of us have plans for this weekend. Do you think that higher-ups don't have plans as well with their families? I mean, I'm not trying to say that, you know, they don't they're not like the rest of us, like, Trump doesn't do it and Senator Ted Cruz doesn't go on vacation and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. Okay. But it goes on to say friends and family members were saying that their friends and relatives are bragging about some super secret vacation in some kind of government bunker facilities. People are supposed to be at their destinations no later than May 27, 2023. Who's putting this out? Who? Please tell me. Because this is when I tell... Here. Look, see for yourself. Now, like I said, I have two videos that I'm going to show you as well. Okay, the one is of South Africa president, I believe, and he is warning of this same thing, this 10 days of darkness. And he is telling his citizens and stuff like that, to prepare, and water and electricity and stuff like that. But what they're going through and what we're going through is completely different. Maybe, because a lot of, things are, their government, our government, it could be completely different what they're going through. Maybe this guy is a fearmonger over there. Maybe he likes this type of thing. I don't know. I'm not in his brain. I can't pick through it and say, what's really going on today? So I'm going to put the video in. Everything that I'm showing you, please do your own research, okay? Take everything with a grain of salt. Because with this kind of stuff... all it is fear-mongering, man. That's all this is. Now, I'm not telling you to not be prepared. I want you to be prepared for every aspect of life. But this stuff, nah.
In the next 2 weeks, we've been warned. There's going to be darkness. We're almost at a point of grid collapse. It's a reality that South Africans must know. That we're heading to darkness, and ANC politicians are continuing business as usual, as if we are not in a crisis. We are in a deep crisis. Cell phone networks will not work. Water, even if we have it, we won't receive it because it needs electricity. Nothing is going to function. We are heading for a disaster worse than what COVID was. No one will go to work. The dead will have to be buried the same day because there will not be fridges to keep them. No generator is meant to operate 24 hours. Generator is an intervention for a short while. Even those who have generators will not be saved from the mess we are going into. We warned you. We went to the streets because we knew this was coming. History will absolve us. We were called names, we were ridiculed, we were insulted. Police and the army were called on us for trying to protect us from where we are. They are just calling it stage 10 for nice word. The reality is that it's darkness. And it's not going to be darkness of 12 hours or 24 hours, it comes back. No. At times it's going to take 3 to 4 days. At times it will take a week. At times it will take a month without electricity. The whole leadership must go. We cannot fall back and do nothing. And you.
Now, this video that I'm going to show you is probably more or less rational, okay? Now, this can happen at any time. Don't matter what country you're in, okay? This is the one way that our enemies know how to get at us. And it's through what? our power grid. So this is logical, this is rational. But who's to say when, where, when, if, who, what, where? You know what I mean? Nobody knows. No, you know what I mean? We're not the hackers here. We're not the bad guys here. We don't know, who's sitting behind a keyboard and pressing enter, So it's so hard to pinpoint. Here, listen.
Our economies and societies to the core and shown us how vulnerable we are to biological threats. In the digital world, similar risks are being overlooked right now. A cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics would spread faster and further than any biological virus. Its reproductive rate would be around 10 times greater than what we've experienced with the coronavirus. To give you an idea, one of the fastest worms in history, the 2003 Slammer Sapphire worm, doubled in size approximately every 8.5 seconds, infecting over 75,000 devices in 10 minutes and almost 11 million devices in 24 hours. Fortunately, at least until now, cyber attacks have not impacted our health the way pandemics have, but the economic damages, and therefore the impact they have had on our daily lives, have been equal and sometimes even greater. You see, the only way to stop the exponential propagation of a COVID-like cyber threat is to fully disconnect the millions of vulnerable devices from one another and from the internet. All of this in a matter of days. A single day without the internet would cost our economies more than $50 billion, and that's before considering the economic and societal damages should these devices be linked to essential services such as transport or healthcare. As the digital realm increasingly merges with our physical world, the ripple effects of cyber attacks on our safety just keep on expanding at a faster pace than what we're preparing for. COVID-19 was known as an anticipated risk. So is the digital equivalent. Let's be better prepared for that one. The time is now.
All right, so that's all I could really find that was obvious, clear, that was, that wasn't going to scare you out of your wits. Because this is just ridiculous in all ways. I mean, should you be prepared? Of course. But I'm sure you guys are prepared anyway for anything. Really, if you've been with me for as long as you've been for as long as I've been on YouTube for almost 3 years now, when I had my other channel and all, you should be fine. If anything like this were to pop off. I doubt it, but I'm just saying. But thanks for bringing this to my attention. When it comes to stuff like this, bringing it to my attention, bringing it to Jason over at Angry Prepper, bringing it to Pinball's attention. We're the ones that sit and we pick through everything and we know right off the bat if it's real or not. We're the logical thinkers here. You know what I mean? We're not going to be the ones to sit there and throw it at you and say, "Oh my God, it's coming!" No, we're going to sit here and go, "Now, don't worry about it. It's false." Which I'm banking that this is 100% false. Don't worry. We're all going to be okay. I promise you. Okay. All right. I'm out of here, guys. I love you. All right. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less, please. Ciao.